Morning YouTube, we're back again on this bugger. Now, you can see where we left off. I've got the box back in. I've got the cables plumbed, wired up for the gear selector. I've got the mount in and everything. Started plugging in connectors, was about to put in sensors, etc. And I thought, I'll just plumb the clutch in. Look what's leaking all over the floor. Now it seems to have stopped leaking, but I think it's only done that because it's been all night and yeah, it's leaked out. So now it leaves us with a predicament. Do we attempt to try and stop the flow there, or do we do what we should have done in the first place? And I should have thought about it to be fair, but I didn't. Put a new slave cylinder in it, which means I'm doing all of this work again, taking the box all the way back out, putting a new slave in it, then putting it all back together again to get all the way back to where I am again now. Yeah, don't mind that. Well, that's just resting on there so someone didn't trip over it on the drive. Yeah, so that's where we're at today. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is also a 6-speed box. I had to do a little modification on one of the gear cables, but when you go inside the cab and row through all the gears, there's 6 and a reverse. So it seems it's easy as changing a PK5 to a PK6. Make sure it runs the same speedo and then just change it. But this is the first one I've done, first one I've attempted. And it wasn't even supposed to be attempted in the first place. It was supposed to be a swap for swap, but we couldn't get one. So yeah, here's where we're at. Right, Martin's just pulled up now, so we're going to devise a plan. I'll bring you back when we figure something out. Okay, so right, we've had a right mission today. The clutch leaking problem turned out to be a rubber piece on the end of the clutch line that was missing. So we went and acquired one of them from the scrapyard. I have now fully reassembled this van, bar some silly little bits and bobs. We're now going to top up the coolant using the bleed thing down here to make sure we get all the air out as we're filling it up. Then I've bled the clutch, it's holding pressure and, well, apparently feels like a clutch. Let's put in the trim back on around there. We've got the bonnet to put back on. Shafts are back in, ball joints are done back up. Van is minging with handprints. Bumpers bolted on, lights are in, everything's wired up. I don't think there's anything that I've missed. So I'm gonna go and tidy around a little bit, put the bonnet on. Then I'm gonna get it run up, I think, and fill up the coolant. When we're ready to test drive it, I'm going to move my car first. Yeah, then we'll get the camera out. I'll get one of the kids to film it and we'll see whether the old Gearbox 6-speed conversion was successful. I'm only going by what I read on the internet, but so far everything has bolted up as it should have done. So here's to hoping. Sorry about that. Right, I'll bring you back when I'm ready. Well, you'll have to excuse the noise from all the kids in the street, but she's running and we have a lot. Five-speed gear knob now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gears and reverse. Absolutely mint. Well, it seems my work here is not done. That appears to be the turbo drain pipe. Just decided to piss itself everywhere. Now, the owner Martin was just doing some work on that before he left. So I'm assuming whatever he's done has not been successful. Sorry, Martin, but you gotta laugh. Well, I'm done for the day. That's it. I'm not looking at that. You can look at that. So, bar test driving this thing, it's done, but I'm fairly confident it's going to be all right. I've wound it through the gears while it's been sat on the ramp. I'm fairly confident she's going to be mint. If she ain't, I'll do a little update video because, well, I'm not working on it again. This one can go somewhere else if it needs more work to it, because I am not doing any more gearboxes for vans on my back on the drive. End of story. I don't care what your situation is. I don't care how bad you need it. I just can't do it. Sorry, that's it. Right, so if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing and all that. You can see the rest of the videos if you just go scroll back. There's all sorts on the channel, not just car fixing stuff. You might find something else you like. I'm going to tidy up all my mess. I've got the kids this evening, the wife's at work, so I've got to sort them out some tea or something, or takeaways out of the question. I bought them that last night, so I'm going to tidy up my mess, wait for Martin to come back, and then see where we're going from there. So until next time, cheers.